Let's take a look inside the 2024 Polaris Turbo R4 Ultimate, starting at $35,599. We're going to run you through the spec sheet and show you exactly what all those numbers mean. Let's get started. We're going to start out back with the engine. This is a 925cc liquid-cooled turbocharged parallel twin that's good for 181 horsepower. This machine also has a 13-gallon fuel capacity. Premium is recommended. 91 octane is the minimum. That engine is married to Polaris's PVT. That's a rubber belt, continuously variable transmission with park, reverse, neutral, low, and high. The Turbo R4 Ultimate has selectable all-wheel drive on the dash with a permanently locked rear differential. All right, let's talk dimensions, starting with dry weight. Polaris says this machine weighs 2,286 pounds. It's also 74 inches wide, 157 inches long with a 125-inch wheelbase, and 77 inches high. While we're outside, let's talk wheel, tire, and brakes. These are 32 10-15 Maxxis Rampage Fury tires wrapped around a 15-inch cast aluminum wheel. On the braking front, we're talking triple piston calipers up front, dual piston calipers in the rear, with aluminum top hat rotors in the front. All right, let's talk shocks. These are the Fox 3.0 live valve X2 internal bypass shocks. They are electronically controllable with compression and rebound adjustment from inside the cab. Suspension-wise, up front you get boxed dual A-arms with a 3-piece stabilizer bar. Gives you about 22 inches of wheel travel. Out back you get a tubular trailing arm, high clearance radius rods, a stabilizer bar. All that's good for about 22.4 inches of wheel travel. All that suspension gets you 16 inches of ground clearance. Outside you get really attractive LED lighting front and rear. And out back you get a really deep bed with lots of tie downs, good for a 300-pound box capacity. That box capacity is part of the 1,160 total payload for this machine. Turbo R4 Ultimate also gives you full doors front and rear. Both are suicide style. Inside you get 4 buckets, stadium seating in the rear, 4-way adjustability up front. Driver gets a tilt and telescoping steering wheel. The driver also gets a gauge cluster with a speedometer and a tachometer, as well as an LCD display with information like fuel, all-wheel drive, and gear select. The Turbo R4 Ultimate also gets an excellent flat-bottom steering wheel with controls for the audio system, ride command, and Dynamics DV suspension. Speaking of ride command, this machine comes with a 7-inch touchscreen. You can use it with your gloves, control every aspect of the machine, including this vehicle's electronic suspension. Turbo R4 Ultimate also gets Rockford Fosgate premium audio with 2 tweeters, 2 front speakers, and 2 rear speakers, all powered by a 400-watt external amp. This rig also has adjustable electronic power steering, controllable through the touchscreen ride command system as part of the Dynamics DV suspension. Dynamics has 4 drive modes: Baja, Rock, Track, and Comfort, each of which controls things like throttle response, power steering, and the suspension. That's been a closer look inside the 2024 Polaris RZR Turbo R4 Ultimate. If you like what you saw, head over to UTV Driver. Also be sure to check us out on all our social media channels. We want to hear from you. We'll see you there. I said the exact same thing twice and got it wrong both times.